So, what if you could invest in the actual foundations of the AI revolution? I'm not talking about just the apps and the hype, but the digital bedrock it's all being built on. Today, we're going to break down 3 crypto projects that are aiming to be exactly that. We're going to dig into the charts, see what they're telling us, and really get a sense of where this incredible convergence of technology is headed. All right, let's get into it. So here's the game plan. First, we'll start with the big picture. What is this new AI economy, really? Then we're going to dive deep into 3 key players: Chainlink, Bittensor, and Internet Computer, one by one. And at the end, we'll pull it all together and try to size up what kind of opportunity we're actually looking at here. Okay, let's just be crystal clear about something right up front. We are way, way past AI being just some trendy buzzword. This is a fundamental tectonic shift in how our economy operates, and you can see the physical groundwork being laid for it right now. There's no question about it. This is the defining technological wave of our time. And while everyone's talking about it, the real-world steel and concrete impacts are just now starting to take shape in some truly mind-blowing ways. I mean, this isn't science fiction anymore. Right now, as we speak, there are huge cargo trucks in the US making deliveries with no human driver. This whole revolution requires a colossal amount of new infrastructure. We're talking massive new power grids just for the computation, a historic, unbelievable run on NVIDIA chips, and even a surge in demand for basic stuff like copper to wire it all together. AI is literally, physically reshaping our world. And this brings us to the crucial point. Think about the old gold rushes, right? The people who consistently made fortunes weren't always the ones digging for gold. It was the people selling the picks, the shovels, and the supplies. Well, this new AI economy needs its own digital picks and shovels. And that's exactly where a very unique class of crypto projects is stepping in to build that essential plumbing. So what are some of these digital picks and shovels? Let's kick things off with an absolute giant in the space, Chainlink. The easiest way to think about it is as the ultimate bridge. It allows AI that lives on the blockchain to safely and reliably connect with all kinds of data from the outside world. So why is this such a big deal? Well, imagine an AI that's running on the blockchain, what we call on-chain AI, which is designed to be totally transparent and unstoppable. Now, if that AI is, let's say, an insurance program, it needs real-world data, like flight delays or weather reports, to actually work. Chainlink is the service that feeds it that data securely, making smart contracts truly, smart. Now, here's where it gets really interesting from a market perspective. For over a year, Link's price was getting squeezed into this tighter and tighter range, a pattern that traders call a falling wedge. I want you to picture a coiled spring being compressed more and more. And just recently, that spring was released. Link broke out with some serious force, which is a classic textbook signal of a major trend reversal to the upside. So where could it be headed? Well, if we use a tool called the Fibonacci extension, which helps project price targets after a big breakout like this, the analysis points to a primary target of $43. And this isn't some random number pulled out of thin air. It's a calculated objective based on the sheer size and energy of that pattern. And this chart just perfectly illustrates what a move like that looks like. Hitting that $43 target from recent price levels would mean a potential gain of around 400%. All that energy, built up for over a year, is finally being let loose. Okay, next up, we've got a project that's taking a completely different, but honestly an equally fascinating approach. Let's talk about Bittensor, ticker TAO. So instead of connecting AI to data, it's actually creating a global competitive marketplace for the AI models themselves. The best way to think about this is like a stock market, but for intelligence. You have all these different AI models from all over the world competing to provide the best answers or solutions to problems. The top performers get rewarded with the Tau token, which creates this powerful incentive for everyone to constantly get better. It's a system that's literally designed to create the smartest possible AI network through open competition. Now, the chart for Tau tells a totally different story. It's not one of a breakout, but one of incredible strength. Just look at the powerful support it's found around that $200 level. 3 separate times, the price dipped down into this zone, and each time, buyers just stepped in with overwhelming force. This is a classic sign of what traders call accumulation, where big, smart money is quietly building their positions, creating a really solid price floor. And if this intense buying pressure keeps up, and this strong base resolves to the upside, well, the long-term price targets are just staggering. The analysis points to a potential move toward $1,300. So visually, that represents a potential gain of somewhere between 400 and 500%. We're looking at a similar level of potential growth as Chainlink, but it's coming from a completely different chart setup. This one is built on a proven foundation of serious buying strength. All right, finally, let's look at our third project, which has, well, maybe the most ambitious vision of them all. Internet Computer, or ICP. Its mission is to be the world's first true world computer, a blockchain that's powerful enough to run super complex AI applications entirely on-chain. Essentially, what ICP wants to be is a decentralized version of the internet itself. Think of it as an alternative to the big cloud services from Amazon, Google, and Microsoft that pretty much power the entire web right now. For AI, this is a total game changer. It means you could run AI models that are truly sovereign, that can't be shut down or censored by a single company. Okay, now the technical setup here is just absolutely fascinating. Remember that coiled spring pattern, that falling wedge that we saw with Chainlink right before it launched? Well, take a look at this. We're seeing the same massive pattern forming here on ICP's chart. But here's the key difference. ICP hasn't broken out yet. This suggests there is a tremendous amount of potential energy just building up, waiting for a catalyst to set it off. A confirmed breakout from this pattern, a solid move above that upper trend line, would activate a technical price objective of around $21. That would be the first major target if and when the buyers finally step in and take control. And this, right here, is why ICP really stands out. Because it hasn't made its big move yet, it holds the highest potential percentage gain of the three projects we've looked at. A move to that $21 target would represent a stunning 550% return from current levels. Now, this is a riskier play for sure, but if it pays off, the rewards could be absolutely huge. Okay, we've broken down each project piece by piece. Now, let's pull the camera back and put them all side by side. This is where you can really start to see the different stages of opportunity that each one presents. This table really just captures the whole story perfectly, doesn't it? You've got Chainlink, the powerful incumbent that has already broken out and is showing its strength. Then you have Bittensor, which is building a rock-solid foundation of support in its accumulation zone. And finally, you have Internet Computer, that coiled spring, just holding the most latent potential, waiting for its pre-breakout moment. 3 different setups, 3 different risk profiles, all riding the same powerful AI wave. So what's the final verdict from the source of this analysis? Well, the take is pretty clear. Eventually, like with any world-changing technology, a bubble will probably form around AI crypto. But right now, we're not even close. The perspective here is that we are in the very early innings of what could be a massive, multi-year trend. And that leaves us with the big final question. When you combine 2 of the most disruptive forces on the entire planet, artificial intelligence and blockchain, are we looking at the single greatest investment opportunity of the 2020s? That's the thought I'll leave you with. Thanks so much for tuning in.